Guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm just going to do a short reflection video on my time in Jamaica and what I've learned, since being down here. And yes, I'm still in Jamaica. I do have 2 days left. And so I thought I would just do a quick video, and I wanted to go outside, but it's raining again, and I thought it was thundering, so the storm is back, and so I'm just going to come inside and just do it inside, and it'll just be a short video, just really kind of reflecting on my time in Jamaica. But if you are new to our channel, I'm Tanya. I'm one half of the Bonnicks, and my husband Kimar is back home in the States, and I'm down in Jamaica visiting his family for my sister-in-law's graduation. If you will, please go ahead and watch a couple of our videos. And if you like what you see, please come back and hit the subscribe button. And if you are a returning viewer, as always, we appreciate you guys. And we know that some of you, may watch the videos and you haven't hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? If you will, please hit the subscribe button and also give the video a thumbs up to like the video. And as I said, I'm just going to be doing, a short, I'll try to keep it short, because sometimes I could be a little bit long-winded, but I just wanted to really just kind of reflect on my time here in Jamaica and just kind of talk a little bit about, what I've learned. One of the things that I love about Jamaica is that everything moves slow, except the cars on the road. Other than that, everything moves slow. And so it really just gives you a chance to kind of slow down. Sometimes it's frustrating because we want things, especially when you're doing like business, you want things to get moving and happen. But it also just gave me a chance, being here, just to kind of reflect, to slow down. I think I needed this time, and I think I needed these extra few days too. Because it really just gave me a chance to reflect on life and reflect on my life. And I'm always preaching, live your best life. I'm always inspiring and encouraging others. And I realized I've been in such a funk that I haven't really been inspiring myself. I haven't really been what I would say is living my own life to the fullest. I kind of realized that I have lost my way, so to speak, especially since COVID. And if you watch any of our other videos, then you've heard me talk about, how the pandemic slowed everything down, and, COVID, and how I really just kind of went into a funk because the pandemic really kind of changed the trajectory of the plans that we had. We wanted to go to a fertility clinic, and the fertility clinic was in another country, and it was in another country, and we had already spoke with the physician, the doctor, and did the consultation. They were going to send me my prescriptions, and everything just shut down. The pharmacies, all of the borders. We were planning to go in November of 2020, and we weren't able to do so. And so after that, I just kind of went into just a depression and a funk, and couldn't really pull myself out of it. And although I think, in the natural, I think that I've tried to pull myself out of it, I realize I'm just functioning, so to speak. I get up and I do my day-to-day things, and I go to work and do all of the things that I'm supposed to do, but there still seem to be just, a little piece missing. And I realized just over this past year, I kind of hit a plateau. I kind of reached the peak, and the pandemic was the beginning of my decline, but now it's kind of I'm trying to go back up, and I reached a peak where I feel some days I feel I'm gonna just fall off, because you try to be strong, you try to keep moving, you try to just pick back up, whenever you have a downfall. We fall down and we get up, and that's the story that we tell ourselves, but we actually have to take time to heal too. And I realize, and I feel myself tearing up, but I'm gonna get through this video. And I realized that For those of you who have watched some of our videos, you probably already know these stories, but for the new people who are watching, my husband and I were trying to have a child, and we were going to go to the fertility clinic because I wanted to try to preserve some of my eggs. I wanted to try to capture some of my eggs, and I also wanted, they have like something in place because I do have adenomyosis, which is the opposite of endometriosis, and it's hard for me to carry a child full term, to carry it. And so they have like a really high success rate of, just basically whatever system they have in place. I don't know if it was medications or I don't even really remember everything the doctor told me, but they have something. They're used to these types of issues, and they can help you carry the child, to full term. And then, I just kind of accepted that it is what it is, and we weren't able to go, and that happened for a reason, because we could have still went and spent all of our money, and, still not been able to, have a child from that process. So it was very, frustrating when the pandemic happened and everything shut down, and I just kind of realized like I'm going through the motions, but I'm not really like living what I preach. I'm not really living what I'm inspiring other people to do. And I was thinking about like when I first met Kimar, and Kimar is just like so laid back, like most Jamaicans. He's really just like a laid back, chill kind of person. And I would always say like, he would help me to slow down and smell the roses, because he's so laid back, whereas I'm always like boom, 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 ABC on the go. He's so laid back. So he really taught me to just kind of like slow down. Like life is meant to be lived. You rushing through, and just to smell the roses. And so I was just kind of thinking about that while I was here, like when I first met Kimar, and I was just like, you've been in a funk and you need to release it. You need to like release it, and really like heal and move on from it and get back, like whatever is for us, and it's going to happen for us, when the time is right. But in the natural, I was thinking about this the other day, just kind of reflecting, and I was talking to God, and I was just like, God, I'm here in this beautiful country, and everyone is just so nice. Everyone is like so laid back, and I've had this time to like slow down and reflect, and I really needed this time, and I thank you. I thank you for this time. I thank you for the few extra days that I've had to just kind of sit, because it did rain. It was pouring down raining, so I didn't go outside. I really just kind of sat in my room and read my book, and I spent time meditating, I spent time praying, I spent time crying, because I'm saying, like, Lord, I really need to like release, I really need to release this. I really need to release this. And as I said, like in the natural, you, I just found myself like questioning God, like, I really want Kimara to have a child, you know. And I see like the comments, people say, I mean, and I'm not saying this to say like these things bother me, but I see comments that say, like, your husband wants a child, and, he should have a child, and he deserves a child. And those things don't really bother me, because it's just that people don't really know the story, or people are just insensitive, or, whatever the case is. Like, I don't really care about but that doesn't bother me, because I myself want Kimar to have a child. Kimar deserves a child. Kimar is such a good guy. And I was just thanking God, like, thank you for giving me one of the good ones. And we've had this happy life and this happy marriage, and everything is going good. And I found myself like questioning God, like, why could we have like that one thing? Why couldn't we have that one thing? He deserves that. Sorry, guys. He deserves that. He deserves a child, and I want so bad for him to have one. I even told Yamar, like, you should leave and go and find somebody that you can have a family with. And Kimar said, what? Like, no, that's crazy. I'm not leaving my wife. But I don't want Kimar to be older, to get older. I mean, it's never really too late for men. They can have babies forever, but I don't want him, I want him to have a child, and I want to still be young enough where I can enjoy his child with him. I don't, I'm just trying to think how I want to say things, but even Joan, like, you guys see how sweet Mama Joan is, and Kimar is her firstborn, and she deserves a grandchild as well. And I don't want to get off topic, so let me just kind of get myself together, because I was just kind of talking with God, and I'm just, reflecting, and I want to read something that I saw on Facebook, that I saw somebody post on Facebook. And this was something that one of my childhood high school friends had posted on Facebook. And I was like, wow, this is like so true, and so like right on time, because I always say, like, God is an on-time God, and this message was really on time. And it says, in our society, and it's a little bit long, so just bear with me. In our society, we really do not know how to rest and relax. It is so easy to get caught up in the everyday grind of working, traveling, moving, and feeling obligated to do the job and caring for others. Eventually, not taking care of yourself leads to decline in your health and other problems. Many of us have forgotten how to truly unwind. Even when people go on vacations, we think that, we're thinking about what needs to be done when we get back home. And we need to recognize and prioritize our lives. We need to learn to just sit down, relax, decrease anxiety and stress. And since I've been here in Jamaica, like, I feel so alive. I feel so relaxed. Not a care in the world, and like not stressed at all, and not thinking about anything. And like, I really love it down here. I really love just the peacefulness of the island. And I know, I don't live here like on a regular, and I would be what people would consider a tourist. And I know, like, life is tough down here, but at the end of the day, even though, people may have it hard down here, some people may have it hard, everybody's so, like, genuine and kind, and people have love in their hearts. And everybody says, you have to give thanks for life. And as I was speaking to God, just a calmness came over me, and I could really just feel like a calmness over me now. It's almost like God has wrapped his arms around me, and I don't want to cry again. But it's just like a calmness. And one of the things that I've learned since being here is, number one, I needed this reset. I needed this time of stillness. I needed this to be able to, like, let go, of whatever this fear is that I have of Kimar and I not having a child. Not necessarily because I'm not concerned about, like, Kimar leaving me or anything like that. We've already had this conversation, and Kimar knows that I want him to have a child, so I'm not worried about that. But just whatever this thing is that has had this hold on me, I want to release it. And so I needed this stillness of this week of being here in Jamaica. And I really do also have to give thanks to my mother-in-law, because Joan can also sense, like, when I'm stressed, and she's always saying, like, how you sound so, like, and Joan was really the one that said, come to Jamaica. I wanted to come when she came the last time, and I was just like, the flights are so expensive, we're trying to save for a house, and blah blah blah. And Kimar said, like, don't worry about that, like, that's gonna come, don't worry about that. And Joan said, come to Jamaica, come come to Jamaica. I'm going down for Kim Marley's graduation, and you can come and relax yourself. And so I have to give thanks to her because her heart is so big, and I really did need this reset. So I'm glad that I decided to come. And then another thing that I learned about being in Jamaica is that I need to slow down in my own life, because sometimes, especially as women, like, we just get caught up in taking care of daily chores. We work, we do the grocery shopping, we do the laundry. I like to travel, and traveling is my reset, but I also need like daily self-care where I'm caring for myself at home and not using travel as a way to get away, because when you come back, you still have the same thing, the same cares, the same routine, the same chores and so on. So I need to take time to slow down in my life and smell the roses, just like I did, when I met Kimar. And then the last thing I would say that I learned being here in Jamaica, at the graduation the other day, this guy sang this song called "Jah Is My Keeper," and it was the first time I heard this song, and I instantly just like took a liking to it. So when we came home, I was trying to like look it up, but I couldn't really find like that version that he sang. But basically, he was saying, "Jah is my keeper; whom shall I fear?" And as I was praying to God the other day and that calmness came over me, I just thought back to that song, and I said, "Jah is my keeper, whom shall I fear? What is there to fear? What am I afraid of?" You know? And God put this together. Like, God brought Kimar and I together. And so whatever the plans are that he has for us, God is a keeper of his word. His word is not going to return void. And he knows my heart. He knows Kimar's heart. He already knows like what we have need of and what we want before we even know it. And so that would be what I would say would be the final thing that I learned, or probably a few more things, but the three things that I kind of wanted to touch on is that Jah is my keeper, and I really need to relax and rest in that. And when I go back home, I want to be able to have like, I want to be able to maintain this calm spirit that has come over me, and not really go back to having like anxiety and just that rush of life. I want to be able to stay in this place where I'm kind of moving along and I'm taking it all in, and I really am enjoying each day, because that's always been my motto. Like, you have to live each day to the fullest. And I've been so stressed, just worrying about things that are really not, in my control. But Jah is my keeper. And and that's really like my word for you as well. Like any of you who are out there and you've been praying about something, and you've been, because I actually had like anxiety. If you've been praying about something and you have anxiety, and you don't see that thing coming to pass, to hold on to your faith, because everything in the earth is with God and time. Everything in the earth is with God and time. When the time is right, the Bible says, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So just keep the faith.